What's good, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Lars Nikolaisen. Physique inflation is off the chart, and this is a topic I know that have been discussed quite a lot in recent years. And it doesn't really seem to be getting any better, and as a matter of fact, it actually seems to be getting worse. Like, we just have to go back 3 or 4 years, and then we can look at people back then that would be considered like extremely good 3 or 4 years ago. But nowadays, that's, as people nowadays call it, is mid or even below, which is ridiculous. If you're not really on someone like Sam Sulek's level, then you're basically small and fat. It has become ridiculous that you, as a man, you have to be basically like 240 pounds shredded to the bone, because otherwise you're fat and small. It has become so ridiculous. Like, we can look at, 20 years ago, someone who like Tobey Maguire in the first Spider-Man movies, his physique was considered jacked back then. And nowadays, that's what we will call, do you even lift, bro? And it's absolutely insane that in such a short amount of time that we have went from something that would actually be all right or good to being, that's just like, do you even try? It's so ridiculous, and there's this hyperfixation really on your physique or what you look like. There's a hyper focus on this, and we see this with people who actually try to create an online business and coach people. You can oftentimes actually, if people are not like super jacked, you can find people in their comments being like, oh, you shouldn't be coaching anyone, or oh, you're small, or you're weak, or so on and so forth. We all have different genetics, and we're all going to look different. Someone like me who has extremely long arms, like if I just put my arms straight down, I can almost reach my knee, which is not something that most people can realistically do. I just have very long arms, and it also means, because my arms are so long, that my arms have to be a lot bigger in order to look big. Versus you take someone who has short, stubby arms, they're not realistically going to have to add much muscle to their arms because the length is not there. The circumference area can be exactly the same, but just because the arms are shorter, it's going to look bigger. And this is what I'm talking about. It's become so hyper-focused. You can actually have people who have trained for 5 or 10 years and not look that crazy and actually have a lot of knowledge, but you will still find a lot of people commenting on their YouTube or Instagram or whatever, talking about like, you shouldn't coach people, you need to go back to the gym, you're small, so on and so forth. And I can find people who are actually pretty strong, but they're not really that big, because their body's not really built to be that big. It doesn't matter what they do. You can realistically really find people who can do all the, so to speak, optimal hypertrophy training and not really get that big. And this is actually the reason why a lot of people, like David Laid as an example, if you actually like look at him when he is unpumped and with regular lighting, he's going to look like a normal dude, because no pump, no lighting, no posing, all this stuff, that alone just going to make you look so drastically different compared to if you have, a massive pump, you have the best lighting, and you have all these things going on for you, and you can add filters on top of that. It's going to make you look drastically different. And David Laid, I think a lot of people, when you look at his like best pages, they're going to say like he has a really good physique. But when you look at him completely unpumped, unposed, he looks like a regular skinny dude. Why? Because he has long limbs. But when he actually poses and gets the right angles, he's going to look jacked. But when he doesn't do that, he looks like a skinny kid. And this is why it's really crazy that we see this sort of like physique inflation taking place. It's getting worse and worse year by year. Despite we actually having, I would say, probably more focus on what people look like and not look like, and we probably shouldn't have these high expectations, despite the focus on that getting bigger and bigger, the physique inflation is also getting bigger and bigger. It's a similar thing with like mental health. Like 20 years ago, we didn't talk about mental health. Nowadays, mental health is all the rage and it gets talked about. Maybe not taken super seriously, but at least we're trying. But on a broad spectrum, mental health is worse than it's ever been. So even though we try to keep a focus on it, it seems like it's only getting worse. Thank you for watching. Lars and Conditioning signing out.